What's good, everybody? What's good? We got a lot to uncover today. I'm going to try to keep it short, try to keep it simple. But first, check out the description below. Please like and subscribe. Please share the video. Please make clips. Do all of that. Um, so now that we got all that out the way, I hope you guys had a good day. I hope everything's going well with you all. I hope everybody's blessed. All right. So let's get into it. We got a couple of stories to kind of chime in on. So I want to chime in on probably the least famous person, I guess you will say. It was a TikToker, a young lady. Let's see if we can find her name. Well, you know what? I don't know if I want to make her famous. No, let's go ahead. Let's make her famous. Her name was Augustine Gladney, and she was arrested on June the 4th for dumping her ex-boyfriend's mother's dead her ex-boyfriend's dead mother's ashes into the ocean. Yes, that's right. She dumped her ex-boyfriend's dead mother's ashes into the ocean. You know what? It's crazy. That's one of the craziest things I think I've heard. Well, it's not the craziest thing I've heard. Um, it's I really believe that there's a lot of women, and it's not all women, but there's a lot of women who really believe that there are no consequences to their actions. Otherwise, they wouldn't do this stuff. And I'm glad she was arrested. I hope they throw away the key on her because, like, you can never. That's something you can't get back. You can't get back your loved one's ashes when somebody dumps it into the ocean or anything like that. That's something that man can never get back. And honestly, I don't even care what he did. I really don't even care what he did at this point. You know, he can never get that. That's something he can't get back. You know, and she was arrested by authorities in Fort Worth. So she's from Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, for dumping the ashes of her ex mother, her ex boyfriend's mother into the ocean. And it blew up because it was on TikTok. So it was filmed on TikTok and they put it on there. And that's another thing. That's just stupid. When you're gonna do something crazy, don't film it. You know, And I think people do that so they can rub it in or whatever. Or that's the thing, that's your pride right there. Your pride will set you up to get you in trouble, wanting to say, yeah, I did this and yeah, I did that. Yeah, that is stupid. It's stupid. Um, let's see. So TikTok has spawned plenty of unbelievable stories over the years, but the TikToker starring, let's see if I can pronounce her name, starring ARAA. I don't know how to say that. Has brought attention to one of the wildest one yet. On June 3rd, Sarah shared a somebody named Sarah shared a TikTok that depicted a woman throwing an urn supposedly containing her ex-boyfriend's mother's ashes into the ocean. Now, the TikToker's video has shed light on a similar eerie story involving the arrest of a woman in Fort Worth, Texas. Wow. So yeah, your sins will find you out, y'all. Your sins will find you out. You just can't do crazy stuff like that. Um, yeah, I hope they lock her up and they throw away the key on that one. You know, he can never get that back. There's no amount of money she can pay for that situation to compensate for that. She can compensate that with her life though, you know. and she's in Texas too. I think that's one of those harsh. Uh, they have a lot of harsh penalties in Texas. You know, they got the death penalty and all that kind of stuff in Texas. You know, they don't play games. As far as I know, I could be wrong, but I don't think they play games out there. When it comes to arrest and things. Now I know overall the system is a lot lighter on women when women do crimes, and then a man could do the same crime and he'll get a harsher punishment. So I hope she gets the fullest extent of the law, behind that situation, because that's just wrong. That's just wrong. There's nothing funny about that. When we got songs about busting windows, busting your car windows, and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna flat your tires and all that kind of stuff is toxic, y'all. You can't do that. You can't do that. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next one, and we got a couple of them. All right, so we have Monique. She was in the comedian Monique. She was in the news about a week ago, a couple of days ago. She's been for a couple of past days. Um okay, so Monique, hey, you know what's crazy? Like I feel like I keep switching sides. I'm on her side, I'm not on her side. You know, she's just one of those people that it's always something going on with her. And it seems as if even when she has a valid, it's like this. She might have a valid reason for expressing situations, but at the same time, it just looks bad when it just keeps happening over and over again, and then with different people. And then it's like, okay, if all of these other people, and DL Hughley actually pointed that out, and I'm not like a big DL Hughley fan, and I really don't agree with a lot of, he says a lot of things I just don't really, but he's cool. He's a comedian. Um and I respect what he does, but I did agree with what he did say as far as mentioning. He just mentioned that she always has a problem with this person and that person. Now it was his turn, I guess. But yeah, that is a problem, and we gotta take a look at that. Uh, I really don't know if it's Monique or if it's her husband, because it seems as if I know her husband does a lot of handles a lot of her business, and I'm wondering because I've heard a lot of stories online, and it just seems as if it may not be her necessarily. She's reacting to a situation, but uh I think behind the scenes, it seems as if her husband somehow is always engaging in bad business, you know? And it just seems like it's just a bad look on Monique. It just seems as if they're always getting burnt by people all the time. But it just seems her husband is her business manager and all that kind of stuff. And it just seems like one of those things where maybe she needs another person managing her business. And I know they love each other and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know what to make of this. DL Hughley says one thing, she says another thing. They both have valid contracts. They both show their contracts, and it seems like they both got burnt. Or not burnt, but it just seemed like she got burnt on one end from it. It just seems like a bad um promoter. Like I think she's misdirecting her anger, you know. All right, so I want to move on from that. I don't know. Tell me what you think. You could tell me in the comments. Just tell me what you think. I would like to hear what you got to say on that. All right, so Vivica A. Fox. Vivica A. Fox was in in the news. Well, not in the news, but yes, well, yeah, in social media and the news, and uh she made some comments. She made some comments on the whole slap situation with Jada, with Will Smith and Jada Pickett Smith. Um, she made comments on it, and I told y'all before, I don't want, I really don't want to just get on the whole slap thing and all that. That's not my thing. But it did come out again, and I just wanted to briefly uh you know what? There's a lot of celebrities I don't necessarily agree with a lot, but they always, every once in a while, they say something right. You know that saying where a broken clock is right twice a day. You know, even a broken clock is right twice a day. That's how I feel about even Vivica Fox and DL Hughley and all these certain individuals like that. Vivica A. Fox. She's said a lot of stuff, especially during COVID, that I just kind of just been like, yo, she needs to chill. She needs to chill. But you know what? When she said what she said to Jada, I like the fact that she held Jada accountable for her part, not dismissing what Will did, because we all know Will should have never put his hands on another man like that. He should have never got on that stage and did that. That was wrong what he did to Chris Rock. But we all understand the reason why he did it. We all understand the reason why he did it is he did it for to uphold the dignity of his wife. He did it for her. He did it to uphold the dignity of his wife. And um Jada, well, I'll say Vivica A. Fox. I'm glad she had pointed out, she pointed that out, and I'm glad that she's friends with both of them. So I know it was really something that really touched her and really hurt her. She even mentioned that that night was supposed to be a beautiful night. It was supposed to be a night where black people got together and celebrated. And it was really supposed to be Will Smith's night. Will Smith was supposed to be the next Sidney Poitier, and that's a big thing, and it just crumbled, you know. A night that was supposed to uplift black people and uplift even Will Smith's career, which was he had an awesome career. You know, he has an awesome career still. I think he could still bounce back. I don't. Think that smudge is gonna be there, but I think he could bounce back. Um, if he does, he just needs some heartwarming movies, just a couple of heartwarming movies, and we'll be back. He'll be back. You know, but I'm glad Vivica A. Fox. I'm glad she said what she said. She held Jada accountable for her part, and what Jada's part was that. Well, for me, it's a couple of things, but I'll say what Vivica says. I'll paraphrase. Um, she was more on Vivica was more on the was more talking about how Jada should have responded after. We're talking about after the fact. We're not talking about during. But as far as her saying on the Red Table Talk that Chris Rock and Will Smith need to come together and talk it all out and all that kind of things. And one, this is the thing. Chris Rock don't need to talk it out. It's not his problem. That's one thing. Okay. The other thing is Jada has a way of sounding Jada has a way of sounding very self-righteous. She has a way of making it seem like she had no play in this, or this thing, like she really removed herself from the situation as if this thing wasn't about her, you know? And um that's not fair to her husband. He jumped out there on behalf of her, seeing her face that she wasn't happy, or that seeing that she was hurt, and he jumped out there on her behalf, and and this is how she treats the situation afterwards saying, "Oh, well, those guys, they need to get it together and come together and figure things out." No, 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 no. You supposed to stand behind your man, and this is the thing. This is the thing about being married, and I'm not married, but one thing that I know, my parents have been married for over 40 years, and watching my parents, watching my grandparents, and watching all the couples that I've grown up watching, one thing I've noticed is, right or wrong, they will stand behind each other. Now, what behind closed doors, they might that's when they'll talk it out and say, "Hey, you're wrong, you're this and that and the other," and they'll talk it out and hash all that stuff out. But in public, husband is supposed to stand behind his wife, and a wife is supposed to stand behind the husband, right or wrong, right or wrong. You know, you supposed to stand behind them, and that's marriage right there. That's marriage. You gotta show a front, even in front of the kids. Like there was times when my parents didn't agree on certain things, as far as uh how disciplining us as kids. I'm talking when I say us, I'm talking about me and my siblings. There were things that my parents might not have agreed on as far as punishments or whatever, yada yada, or how we were being raised, just different things in the family. But in front of us, my parents always they always maintained a thing where is they were together on everything. You know what I'm saying? So whatever the disagreements they had on the kids, on maybe something, let's say I did something that was wrong and my parents wanted to discipline me different ways, they would discuss that on their own. And but in front of me, they came to get they would come together and they agreed. They were on an agreement together. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, when you're married, you can't, you gotta show, you got to be in agreement with each other in front of everybody. You know, even if y'all still trying to get it together and still trying to figure things out in front of everybody, hey, it's just y'all against the world. It's just y'all two against the world. That's what it is. But yeah, a lot of people don't do that nowadays. Especially a lot of women. A lot of women aren't really fronting. Aren't really front and center for their man like that. You know, and there's always, when a woman's not doing that, there's always a reaction to that. You know what I'm saying? So um we got that out the way, and I'm gonna go to the last thing, which is Lori Harvey, which is Steve Harvey's daughter, and Michael B. Jordan. Their relationship. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know a whole lot about their relationship. I don't know a whole lot about their relationship. I don't know what goes in it. I don't know the things that have happened in between them and whatever. But from what I hear, they were very in love with each other. Um, they were together for a minute. Um, and from what I'm hearing is that he wanted to he wanted to he was committed to the relationship, and he really wanted he was really committed to her, and she, I guess, wants to focus on her business and her brand. And you know what, it's that's something I hear a lot, but I think I really honestly think it's a lot of BS that goes into that. A lot of women are really doing themselves a disservice. And I think what a lot of women don't realize is, it really takes a man it takes a lot for a man to get in that space where he's committed to a woman. It really takes a whole lot. And a lot of women don't really understand what it takes for a man to wrap his mind and say, I'm going to be committed to this woman and I want to be with this woman forever. It takes a whole lot. It takes a whole lot of mental space. Um, and if a man says if a man is if he's proposing to you, if he gets to the point where he wants to marry you, or he wants your relationship to be solid like that, you got to know and understand that he's already once he's if he vocalizes it to you and tells you, that means he's already made provisions in his life to make sure that it's just you two. It's just all about you two. He's already made those provisions, and he's made those provisions with his work life, his social life, his family life. He's made he's made provisions for you, you know. And I think she's beautiful. Let's put it like this. She's very beautiful. Lori is a very beautiful young lady. She's still young. She's what, 25 or so, yada yada yada. I don't know, somewhere around there. And Michael B. Smith is what, in his what, early 30s or something like that. Um, what I would say is, all right, just looking at Lori, what this is the thing. All right. She's a very wealthy woman, and she's rich, and she's beautiful. Okay. Now, there's a trick box with that. Rich and beautiful, for a woman. You can really put yourself in a trick box like that. The thing about women is, all right, men and women, we both get older. Yes, we understand that. But there's a difference when a man gets older, and then there's a difference when a woman gets older. Those are two different. The world treats the dating world and relationship world treats women and men differently when as they get older. When women get older, even the beautiful ones have a hard time, you know. And not only that, the more money a woman makes as she gets older, makes it harder for her because men are less likely to want to be with her. The men, especially the men on her level, the men who are making the same amount of money that she's making, are not going to want to be with her as much. And she'll still be pretty, but she's going to find it as she gets older, it's going to be harder for her to settle down. Women, it's easier for women to settle down when they're younger. 21, 22, 23, 24. Y'all, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Women have a very small window of getting it right. And once they miss that window, that it's just hard. It really is just hard for women. The older that they get, it just gets harder. The older that they get and the more money that they're making, it gets harder. Because now a person like Michael B. Jordan, as he gets older, he'll go into his 40s. He'll be in his 40s when, what, 10 years, or whatever. I don't know how old he is. Uh and when he's in his 40s, he could still date young women. He could still date a woman that's 20, 21. You know, he could still find a wife easy. And the thing is, he's not going to care about how much she makes. She might work at Walmart. She might work at Target. She might work at McDonald's. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? She's probably not going to be a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? Women, on the other hand, can't date like that. They can't. Women, well, they can, but it's a whole lot. The dynamic is a whole lot different. When women make more money, when Lori Harvey, gets in her 30s and her 40s, and she's making more money. She's gonna find it hard to even date men who are making the same amount than her. She's go and the only person that we see ASAP Rocky and Rihanna, and that situation was kind of funny, you know what I'm saying? And look, ASAP Rocky, he's worth what 10 million, 20 million, something. I don't know. He's worth a couple of $1 million. But Rihanna is worth billions. She's worth $1 billion. Rihanna doesn't have a lot of pickings as far as for a relationship. I'm sure she can get somebody, to sleep with her, but as far as relationship wise, for her to get serious with somebody, it's a lot harder for her. And she's beautiful. She's a beautiful woman, but she's getting older. She's getting older too. She's not as young as she was when she first got in the game. You know what I'm saying? She's not the PYT, the pretty little thing. She's not that no more. You know what I'm saying? And how do I say that? How do men, we like a woman in her youth. We like a woman while she's still looking young, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful, yeah, we love beautiful women, but we like beautiful and young women, you know what I'm saying? Now, not saying that older women can't date or anything like that, or that older women can't get married or anything. What I'm saying is a man will have to, when a man is dating an older woman, now he's in his mind, he's settling now, you know, in his mind. And I'm not trying to say that, a older woman is a bad thing. It's just more of, now there's a lot a man has to work out in his mind, a whole lot more so now, because now he's not he a men we want to enjoy a woman while she's young. We want to enjoy a woman while she's in her youth. And that's when that whole love spark thing happens the most, when you have those memories of being with her when she was in her youth, you know what I'm saying? 21, 22, 23. Those are some prime years right there, and yeah, the older a woman gets, it just gets harder. So Michael B. Smith, yo, my heart goes out to you, man. It is what it is. It's this thing, man. When a man gets serious with a woman, it really is a hard thing to after the breakup, and he's already put his heart into it and has already tried to make it solidify, and try to make it something to go to the next level. That's a hard thing. And he'll bounce back. He'll bounce back. And he has access. He has access to more beautiful women. There. And this is the other thing. If you've dated beautiful women, any guys out there, if you've dated beautiful women, you know this, that beauty is very common. It's not hard to find a beautiful woman. It's not hard at all to find a beautiful woman. Beauty is very common. So, he's gonna bounce back. I'm rooting for him. There's a lot of women that want to be with him. So he got the money. He got the looks as far as what the ladies. A lot of ladies like Michael B. Jordan. You know, so I don't feel sorry for him, but at the same time, my heart does go out to him as a brother, because when you serious, you want to when you think you found the one you thought you found, you know what I mean, and it don't work out like that, it's not a fun feeling. It's not fun at all. And it's hard. You'll bounce back, but it takes a lot to really get yourself back into that. So the next woman that he's with, he's probably going to have his guard up. It's probably going to take him a minute. I don't know. Some men, it takes them a minute to really get themselves back into to wanting to take it serious again. So yeah, that's what it is. So please like and subscribe to this page, to this channel. and check out the description below. And if you find something that you like, tap in. Uh yeah, share this video, like it, uh yeah, do all that. All right, y'all. I'm about to leave. It's been 30 minutes and I had a good time talking to you guys and love you. Peace.